Do we serve a God that we created with our own imagination? Or do we actually serve the God that created us? It's not possible for us to imagine God as he actually is in entirety, because he exceeds the capacity of our minds. However, if you think you understand everything about God, for example, that he's a bigger and larger version of yourself in your own mind, or that you can imagine what he would say about any situation arising in life, you really should reconsider, because his thoughts and ways exist on an entirely higher level than that of human beings like ourselves. We can look to Isaiah to give us an explanation of what God is actually like, because Isaiah encountered God personally, as far as he could, using his limited human perception abilities. In Isaiah 6:1, he recounts seeing the Lord high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphim angels, each with 6 wings. And what does he tell us about his experience with seeing and hearing God? God himself explains to Isaiah in Isaiah 58, 8-9, that his thoughts are not our thoughts, neither are our ways his ways. God clarifies further, saying, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts." We should believe God because he understands exactly who and what he created us to be, and he can never lie, as expressed in Titus 1:2 and Hebrews 6:18. This is because God is holy, as expressed in Isaiah's vision of God and seraphim angels who cry out, "Holy, holy, holy," which means he is morally and ethically perfect. And because of this, he cannot lie, deceive, or misrepresent what he says or does. We can also observe some of the conduct and speech of Jesus, the second person of the God Trinity, or the God-man, who repeatedly defied human expectations and spoke as no man had ever spoken before, as well as speaking with the authority and wisdom of God, which was so high that eventually no one was brave enough to ask Jesus another question, as reported in Luke 20:40. Suffice it to say, we cannot imagine an intellect which is higher than our own intellect, because our imagination is limited by our own understanding and perception. In some science fiction shows, such as Star Trek, it's impossible to portray a race of alien beings with an intellect higher than that of the humans, because the entire production is limited by human understanding. They end up portraying the superior race as just being very wise or having superpowers with their mind, etc. If we believe in the God of the Bible, we would never be serving an imaginary God, because this God exceeds our understanding and imagination. However, if we believe God to be a smarter or more powerful version of ourselves, we're serving a product of our imagination, which does not have the power to actually create the human race. As it says in Numbers 23:19, God is not a man that he should lie, nor a son of man that he should repent. Has he said, and he will not do? Or has he spoken, and he will not make it good? Thank you for listening.